Hello friends, welcome to valuetrainings.com. Today under SOAPUI training, I am going to discuss about the complete framework which I am going to use in my training. It's data driven framework. Okay, as I said, there are two versions available for the SOAPUI. It's free version and the pro version, which is paid one. So for both, I'll tell you what is the complete flow in which I am going to work, if it is free version or if it is pro version. Okay, so this is the Excel sheet which I made for the detailed concept, what I'm going to do, all the steps, how I'm going to follow. Okay, so this is for data driven framework. So let's discuss in a very short terms what is the meaning of framework, what is the meaning of data driven framework. Then we'll switch on to the free version and the paid version. Okay, so let's start with the framework. See, framework is what? Framework is something which is going to provide you the outline to perform the task. And which task it is? It depends on the what type of project you are working. Okay, and actually it do contains the project, the files, many of the files, some are the reporting files. Okay, so this is the only thing which will be there within the reporting or within the framework. Okay, and if I show you a framework, okay, if I say this complete is my framework, what all it will be included? It's here you'll see the project. Here you will see the source file from where you want to parameterize your project, and here around you will see the reports. Okay, so what is all the things which I said? It's about the project. And this is the Excel sheet from where you want to fetch the data if you want to parameterize your complete project, and here are the reports. And there are variety of reports which you will see how to generate and how to work on to that. Okay, so this is the only thing for the framework. Okay, if it is free version, if it is pro version, I'm not discussing it right now. Okay, this is for the framework part. Okay, now let's discuss about data driven framework. This is one of the type of a framework, and we are going to work on data driven framework. What is the meaning of data driven framework? The meaning of data driven framework I can find from here only. If I want to fetch the data from some external file and then I want it to implement for all the steps which will be there within your project, then it is a kind of data driven framework. Understand? So this is all about the framework and the data driven framework. Now let's switch on to the topics as of how to implement the data driven framework with the free version or if it is the pro version. So this is the all the steps which I'm going to follow. This is for SOAPUI free version. Okay, it's around 12 to 13 steps. And what about pro version? It is over here. Okay, same thing I can do with the pro version. But if you see, there is two different frameworks which I did make within the free version only. Within the free version, two different things I do have, if it is core, if it is REST. Okay, and then for SOAPUI Pro, I'm not going to implement the core or REST directly. Why? The thing is, as I said in my last session, that Ready API don't need the help of any external IDE, and we don't need any external classes. We don't need to get in detailed knowledge of Java. Many more things I did tell you, right? In the session for differences between SOAPUI free version and the pro version. Okay, so this is one of the reason. Okay, if you directly work on the SOAPUI free version with the REST as your architecture, then you can't implement all these things directly. Okay, it will create a lots of confusion. Okay, so it is better to make a core framework first. Now, what is the meaning of a core framework? If I want to explain the concept of core, what is the meaning of core framework? If I say it's my framework, it's my one of the complete framework which you make for your one project. This is for project 1. Okay, can you use the same framework? Okay, this is for free version. Okay, so if I say this project 1 framework is there, now I want to use the same project the same, not same project, but a project 2, but framework is same, data driven framework. Can I use the same code? Can I use the code which I write for the framework 1? Can I use a part of framework into this? No, I can't use, because the complete project is directly implemented with my last project, project 1. Right, framework is directly going to relate with the project. And now if I want to switch to project 2, I can't use the same code. So what I'll do, I'll create a separate framework, I'll create a separate code and then integrate it with my different projects. Okay, so this is the separate framework is what? It's core framework. Okay, and now if I want to say for project 1 or 2, or if I say I want it to implement with SOAP first, then I want to implement it with REST. Can I implement? Yes, I can implement. I can use the same code. I don't need to write all the things again. I just need to integrate it with my SOAP project. Okay, so understand, core is what? Core is a part which I can use with SOAP or with REST, or you can say with project 1 or with project 2. Understand? So for the free version of SOAP UI, I do need to create core framework first. Then I'll decide if I want to work with SOAP or if I want to work with REST. Okay, so this is about the free version. And if you see here in my Excel based reports or in my Excel sheet, see free version core framework. So this is all the steps which I'm going to follow and why I am doing that step, why I'm performing that. This thing I have also written. You can see this. This is under SOAP UI what we will do, and within Excel sheet what we will do, within Eclipse how many steps we are going to follow. I think it's around 70 to 80 steps which I'm going to follow. Okay, it's around 70 steps for the core framework. And what about the rest? This is the first thing, right? This is the thing which is coming from here. Okay, let me change the color. So the thing which is under core is this one, the thing which I did show you for the core framework. Now what if I want to integrate it with REST? Then what I'll do, I'll just keep this core part of the code, plus I'll write some code to integrate it with REST. Okay, so within the free version of REST framework, a complete detail of the steps again I have mentioned, and you will firstly see if I'm going to work, if I'm able to perform everything within the core framework, then I'll switch to the REST or SOAP. It's your wish, that I'll work on REST in my case, and each and everything we will do the same thing. We can generate the reports, Excel based reports, JUnit, HTML, many kind of reports, right? So this is for free version of core part and the free version with REST. Now what about SOAP UI with pro version? So these all are the steps which we will follow. And here, as I said, within the pro version, we don't need the help of any external IDE as an Eclipse. So we don't need Java. These all are the things which is directly coming from the Ready API as your tool. Okay, so this is all about the steps which we are going to follow and why we are going to follow, why we are working on that step, why we are working on if I write add init groovy script test step, if I said that add a groovy script test step with the name as init, what is the meaning of this? To print the values in log file. Okay, so this is all the things which I am going to cover within my training, and it's and many more things. Reporting part is very important. Again, I'll say if you are working on in the free version of SOAP UI, then you do need classes, you need many more things. Okay, and this is the thing for the data driven framework. Okay, let's say if I'm working on my SOAP UI project, okay, and I do surely need to generate the various kind of reports. Okay, first thing is I'm going to retrieve the data from some external file. So let's say if it is my in file. In file means what? The file which is going to act as its input file. Okay, so what is the flow which is working? From SOAP UI, I am going to call this in file, and then in the last what I'll do, I'll generate the reports, which is very important thing, right? This is my reporting. Reports, variety of reports we'll generate. Okay, so this is for what do you think, if it is free version or if it is paid version? See, this is only for the pro version. And what about if I say if it is free version, then surely I do need the help of an external IDE and many more things. See, you will understand more when we'll work. Okay, so thank you.